Zach Roloff's net worth. Here's how much the Little People, Big World star makes per episode. Saving preview publish ad title TLC fans are still in love with Little People, Big World, which features the lives of the Roloff family as they traverse life on their pumpkin farm in Oregon. The family is led by the matriarch, Amy, and patriarch, Matt, who both have a form of dwarfism called achondroplasia. Together, the couple has 4 children. Their oldest are fraternal twins, Jeremy and Zach. While Jeremy is of average height, Zach is a dwarf like his parents. LPBW has followed all the Roloff family members over the years, but Zach is the only child still filming along with his wife and their 2 children. Let's take a closer look at Zach Roloff's net worth and how much he makes per episode on Little People. Big World LPBW has filmed 22 seasons over more than a decade. With its popularity, it only makes sense that the Roloffs make fairly decent paychecks from the series. According to TV season and spoilers, the Roloffs' individual salaries are between $30,000 to $10 million per season. Amy and Matt make the most, which makes sense because the show takes place on their farm. The children's salaries are ample as well though. Zach is the highest paid Roloff child, earning $7,000 per episode. Moreover, Zach's wife, Tori, makes between $1,500 and $3,000 per episode. Although sometimes receiving $10,000 per episode might seem like a lot, Zach and Tori have contributed significantly to the series. The couple met in 2010 when Tori was working pumpkin season on the family farm. The couple's first date lasted 5 hours, and the rest was history. Through the series, Tori and Zach have welcomed viewers into their lives as their family has grown. Today, they share 2 children, Jackson and Lila, and hope to only add to their clan in the future. Zach and Tori definitely profit from LPBW, but they also bring in money from other sources. Zach helps run Matt's pumpkin farm, even when the show is not filming, and he gives tours of the farm, which costs $300 per person. Although he spends a lot of time on the farm, he does not live there. He and his wife bought a $600,000 house near the farm, allowing them privacy and space to raise their family. When he isn't busy with family life or helping out on Matt's farm, Zach has continued to stay involved in his passion, soccer. When LPBW first aired, Zach was a teenager who was obsessed with soccer. He has continued to have a love for the sport into adulthood. Today, he coaches 3 youth soccer teams. He also played on a dwarf team himself, but this is only for fun. The Sun lists Zach's net worth at $700,000, so clearly has plenty of money to help support his family. Raising a growing family is hard work, and Tori has chosen to make it her top priority. She was a kindergarten teacher, but took an indefinite break when she gave birth to her oldest child. Since then, Tori has started a photography business that specializes in portraits. Additionally, Tori capitalizes on her fame. Her Instagram boasts over 1 million followers. With that following, brands pay her to endorse their products. The flexibility of social media and photography allows Tori the flexibility she needs to continue raising her children. She hasn't announced whether she will go back to teaching, but for now, the Roloffs have enough income coming in from all of their various sources to allow her to stay home. The couple have discussed leaving LPBW, which would allow for more time to pursue their respective careers. But for now, they are enjoying sharing their love story with their fans. Little People, Big World star Zach Roloff and his wife, Tori, have shared their opinions about the live-action Snow White remake in the past. But following the release of a teaser trailer with revamped dwarves, the TLC star sent a direct message to actor Peter Dinklage. On Saturday, August 10, the official teaser trailer for the live-action Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler, was released. The video gave fans a glimpse of the newly revamped dwarves after Disney scrapped first-look photos reimagining them as magical creatures. Except, instead of including any real actors, the dwarves are now CGI. Zach responded to the change via his Instagram story, calling out the film for completely nixing LP actors. So they aren't just taking away the dwarves and making Snow White. They are chaying the dwarves. This isn't 1937. There are actually a lot of people with dwarfism walking around. He wrote alongside a photo of Zegler with the new dwarves. Either focus on Snow White or own the dwarf representation. If you've been following our podcast, I've had thoughts on this. Zach continued in another segment of his Instagram story. They updated / diversified Snow White, but went way backward on the dwarf side. Hope Dinklage is happy. This wasn't the first time the Roloff family has spoken out about the film. During a March 14 episode of Zach and Tori's podcast, Raising Heights, Zach explained that little people being on camera is very powerful when it comes to showing and promoting diversity. Even if it's not shown in the best way, we can correct that, we can adjust. We move forward, he said. It's still a very powerful thing. The TLC star, 34, continued. Even though some people might say, you're not being portrayed the right way, there are still parts of the population that will simply look at you and be like, you are on TV. You're awesome. That's so cool. I respect you. Zach pointed out that Disney replacing dwarves with magical creatures took away jobs for actors with dwarfism. Instead, he argued the characters should be modernized without negative stereotypes. So they're being progressive by updating Snow White. Be progressive by updating the dwarves, he explained. You could tell the story of the 7 dwarves without putting them in a cave, without making it all magical and a bunch of hermits out in the wilderness mining. In January 2022, Dinklage, who also has dwarfism, criticized the live-action remake of Snow White on Mark Maron's WTF podcast. Literally no offense to anything, but I was sort of taken aback, Dinklage said of the film. They were very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. The Game of Thrones star added, you're progressive in one way, but you're still making that F-bomb backward story about 7 dwarfs living in a cave together. Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. Not long after Dinklage's comments, Disney published a statement via Good Morning America announcing it was taking a different approach with these 7 characters, in an effort to avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film. Snow White is set to hit theaters on March 21, 2025.